Good morning, Braille class. I'm really happy that you could join me for our last maths lesson this week. So let's get started. You're going to need a pencil, a piece of paper, and a number line if you have one. Yep, a number line if you have one, or you can draw a number line to 20 on a piece of paper, okay? Because we're going to be using that. So let's have a look. So I've put on here a question that I thought we could practice because I know a few of you found it quite tricky when I was looking at your work last week, or this week, I think it was earlier this week. So I thought, I saw it and I thought you found it quite tricky. So I thought we'd go over it together, okay? So we know that a part plus a part equals a whole. Part add part equals whole. Fantastic. Now we know that, so let's have a look at this question. This is a missing number question, okay? So we've got our 5 here, and we're trying to find out what our missing number is. It says 5 add equals 18, and we need to find out what our other part is. See, I'm going to circle it in blue so we know it's our other part. So we know that we've got 5 already. So I'm going to teach you a new way to do this that you might find a little bit easier than the other way using our models. So I'm going to teach you this way to show you. So I'm going to use a number line, and this goes from 0 all the way to 20. And I'm going to circle what I know. So I know that I've got 5 already. And I know that my whole amount is 18. But I don't know how many I added from 5 to get to 18. So to find that, how might I find out how many I've added? I can hear a lot of you shouting, count the jumps, which we're going to do together. So we're going to jump along and count how many we've added on to get to 18. Remember, don't start counting until I've moved, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ooh, that was a bit wonky, wasn't it? Let's put 13 in here. Tricky to write on these things. 13. 5 add 13 equals 18. Now, I'm going to check that I'm right because sometimes doing jumps can be a little bit tricky. So do you remember when we were doing our additions and we said put the biggest number in your head and count on? So I'm going to put 13 in my head, show my 5 fingers, and I'm going to count on and see if I get my answer of 18, because then I know I'm right. So 13 in your head, are you ready? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I am right. I'm going to give myself a tick. Okay, so that is another way that you can find our missing numbers using a number track. Okay, so our objective today is, can I count forwards and backwards within 50? And I really loved watching some of you count. Now this is a fun lesson and we're going to play some games in a minute. Let's have a look. So let me see if I can share my screen with you because we're going to play a game. So what you need to search for, or you need to get mums and dads to search for, is top marks, okay? So it's called top marks and the game is called Blast Off, okay? And you can use the screen to help you. So the address is just up there. So we go to this screen and what we do is we click here. And it's a really good game. What you can do, I'm just going to share my computer sound with you, is you can practice counting on. So you can do counting on from 0 to 20, counting on from 0 to 30. Or if you're feeling really up for a challenge, you can count on from 30 to 99. Or you can count back. So you can play some of those games, okay? And what we're going to do, and you can also find a number, and this is quite good for practicing when you're trying to recognize those numbers, because some of them are tricky and we haven't seen them before. So you can click on one of these. So you've got 10 to 20, 10 to 30, 30 to 60, and 60 to 99. So click on one of those and it'll tell you a number to find, and then you've got to see if you can find the right number. Okay, but we're going to mainly focus on this one. So I'm going to click counting on or counting back. I'm going to choose counting back, okay? And I'm going to click 0 to 20. So listen.
Count back 3 from 19.
So count back 3 from 19. That's really tricky to do in my head. So I'm going to use my number track because we're looking for you to use your number tracks today. So let's listen again.
Count back 3 from 19.
So count back 3 from 19. So let's have a look. If I do a new share with you. Count back 3 from 19. So I'm going to start at 19 because that's my home. I'm going to count back 3. You ready? Don't count until we start jumping. 1, 2, 3. What number have I got? That's right, I've got 16. Let's have a look. Let's see if you're right.
Count back 1 from 6.
Count back 1 from 6. So let's go back to my number track. So from 6. So I'm going to count back 1 from 6. So I'm starting on 6. I'm going to count back 1. That's easy, isn't it? 1. What's my number that I've landed on? 5. Fantastic. So let's have a look. If we are right. Off. Well
Count
done.
back 1 from 17.
Count back 1 from 17. So I'm going to start on 17, rip that off. Start on 17. I'm going to count back 1. Start on 17. Count back 1. Are you ready? 1. What's my answer? 16. Well done. Let's see if we're right. Okay, let me just go back. So you get the idea. So I want you to have a go. You can draw your number line and see if you can count back and solve those questions, okay? And then post your answers on Tapestry. Now, if you're up for a challenge and you've done that and you found that quite easy, you can stay on. I'm going to explain our challenge to you. So our challenge today is, can you write the missing numbers in each box? So it says 19, and you have to read the arrow, is 1 less than. You've got to think really carefully. What's 19? 1 less than. It's a tricky way of putting it. 19 is 1 less than, and you can use your number track to help you. And then you have to read all these very carefully, those numbers, and see if you can find the answers. Then at the bottom here, it says complete is 1 less than. And you've got to choose your own numbers to fill in those boxes. Okay, so pause me now. You can either take a little photo of the screen to help you, or just pause me, see if you can have a go at our challenge and post your answers to Tapestry. Can't wait to see all of your fantastic work, Year 1. Bye.